Isa pong magandang umaga sa inyo lahat sa katindihan ng tag-araw. Talaga namang napakainit pero napakaganda ng araw at tayo po ay nagbubukas ng isa na namang Sabado sa pamamagitan ng inyong kasama sa almusal ang Power and Play with Noli Iyala. Magandang umaga po sa lahat ng ating mga tagapakinig sa Radyo 5, 92.3 News FM at sa lahat po ng mga nanonood naman sa 1PH, Channel 1 sa Signal TV. Of course, ang ating po mga subaybay, our followers on Facebook Live. A very pleasant good morning, and once again, it's Power Play Day. Good news, bad news mga kaibigan. Ha? Good news, it's Saturday, so Power and Play na naman. At marami po tayong makakasamang mga panauhin ngayong araw pong ito. Katakot-takot sa susunod na 2 oras. Napakarami po tayong makakausap at ating tututukan sa mundo ng palakasan. Bad news, may 5 araw na lang po. Quarantine na naman. Extended na naman mga kaibigan ang ating ECQ. Pero konting pasensya. Pasensya na lamang sapagkat alam naman natin kung bakit ginagawa itong hakbangin na ito. Alam ko kayong lahat ay naiinip na rin, kagaya natin. At ganun to po talaga. Palang tayong lahat ay mapabuti ang kalagayan. And we certainly hope kayo po ay nasa magandang kalagayan sa kasalukuyan, sa inyong mga pamamahay at kung saan man kayo naroroon. Panalangin na lang po natin na matapos na to at tayo makabalik na sa ating mga gawain. Of course, may mga ibang lugar na po na sinabihan na tayo ng ating Pangulo na magkakaroon na po ng konting pagluwag, yung General Community Quarantine. And sana kahit GCQ patuloy kayo nakasubaybay sa mga kaganapan sa ating kapaligiran. Of course, paalala din po, huwag tayong bibitaw. Tuloy-tuloy po ang ating pag-iingat, ang ating pong pag-iwas sa paghawak ng ating mukha, pagsuot ng face mask lagi sa ating paglabas, and of course, ang patuloy po nating paghuhugas ng ating mga kamay. Panawagan po yan ng Department of Health at ang ating pamahalaan at ng Power and Play. By the way, mamaya, makakasama po natin dito ang mga panauhin nating sila Marcus Douthit, dating Gilas player yan. Unang naturalized player natin sa national team. Live from Maine, USA. Makakasama din po natin, alam nyo, kailangan natin mag-ehersisyo. Ang isang fitness coach, celebrity fitness coach, Jimbo Saret, na dating trainer din ng Gilas, Pilipinas. And we will have a special performance, hindi naman performance, but a good interview with PBA player turned hip-hop artist, Davon Potts. Mamaya po yan. And of course, sa una nating interview mamaya, makakasama natin ang ating Olympic boxing hopeful champion, Eumir Marcial. But in our second hour, mga kaibigan, nako, saksakan ng saya po dahil magkaka-reunion ng bahagya dito po sa Power and Play. Yung ating po mga nakasama, noong po tayo ay nagbo-broadcast pa sa PBA, nang hanggang ngayon ay inyong kinagigiliwan, ay ating makakapiling mamaya in our second hour. We will have Dr. J, Andy Jao, the Dean, Quinito Henson, of course, Mr. Ed Picson, na ngayon po ay Secretary General na ng ABAP, and of course, one of the pillars of broadcasting, Sev Sarmenta. Lahat po sila makakasama natin mamaya. Kaya naman ang ating pupulsuhan at para kayo makasama sa huntahan mamaya, ano ang naaalala ninyong best lines? Yung mga talagang, yung bang tumatatak, best lines ng inyong mga paboritong sports broadcasters na katulad nila Quinito, Dr. J, ni Ed at ni Sev. Ano po ang inyong mga naaalala sa kanilang mga sinasabi? Siguro pati na rin ako. Ano mga sinasabi ko nung araw? Para po makasama natin sa ating talakayan, sa ating kwentuhan mamaya ng ating mga veteranong sports broadcasters. So again, kung gusto niyo po sumali sa ating Pulso ng Bayan, ano ang naalala ninyong best lines ng inyong mga paboritong sports broadcasters? Mag-text lamang sa aming mga hotlines sa 0949-691-4956. Yan, nasa harapan ninyo. 0949-691-4956 o di kaya mag-post sa aming Facebook page, Power and Play with Noli Iyala, o Facebook ng Radyo 5, 92.3 News FM. Alright, so again yan ang ating pupulsuhan. Ano ang naalala ninyong best lines ng inyong mga paboritong sports broadcasters? Napakarami po natin pag-uusapan ngayong araw pong ito. Of course, tuloy-tuloy ang mga balita tungkol sa mundo ng palakasan. Nagkaroon na po ng announcement ang PGA Tour halimbawa na magsisimula ang kanilang season sa Amerika sa June 11. Ewan ko lang kung mangyayari yan sapagkat napakarami pa rin po mga kaso na ika nga ay laganap dyan sa Estados Unidos. And of course, dito po sa local news, patuloy pong pinag-aaralan ang sitwasyon kung muling makakabalik ang ating mga paboritong mga liga katulad ng PBA. Of course, there was also news about a unity discussion sa volleyball na magkakasama daw yung dalawang pinakamalaking mga liga dito po sa volleyball, professional women's volleyball sa ating bansa. Sana matuloy yan. Matagal ko ng pangarap yan na magkaroon ng isang malaking torneo. Hindi lamang sa volleyball, pati sa basketball kasi napakarami pa rin players and hopefully the PBA can look at this na ma-incorporate sa programa even with the other leagues. Pero bubuksan po natin ang ating palatuntunan ngayong umagang ito sa pamamagitan ng isang interview. Alam niyo po, marami tayong nakaligtaan na. Kumbaga, dahil dito sa nangyari sa atin sa coronavirus pandemic, alam na po nating nakansila na ang Tokyo Olympics at ito po'y na-move na ang date to July 23 opening yata next year, 2021. At dahil po dyan, yung ating mga atleta ay naunsyame ng pansamantala ang kanilang paghahangad na makapasok muli sa Olimpiada at makapagbigay ng karangalan sa ating bansa. Alam na po natin yan, EJ Obiena sa pole vault, si Heidelin Diaz sa weightlifting, nandyan din po si Irish Magno na nakausap natin nung isang linggo sa boxing. At ngayon po, susubukan na nating makasama ang isa pa ninyong inaasahang magbibigay ng karangalan sa ating bayan. Yan po ang ating kampiyon sa boxing, 3 consecutive Southeast Asian Games gold medal na nakuha niya noong 2015, 2017 at 2019. Siya rin din po ay silver medalist ng AIBA World Boxing Championships noong pong Setyembre. At of course, alam natin na siya po ay nakapasok na sa Olympics sa pamamagitan ng Olympic qualifier. Walang iba kundi nandiyan na sa linya. Walang iba kundi si Eumir Marcial. Magandang umaga, Eumir!
Magandang umaga po, sir, at sa mga nanonood at nakikinig, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Maraming salamat. Alam mo, last week ka pa namin hinahabol na makakuha. At
yes,
mabuti naman at finally nakasama ka namin dito. Eumir, una-una, kamusta ka? Nasaan ka ba ngayon at saan ka naka-quarantine?
Ayos naman ako dito, sir. Nandito po ako ngayon sa aking bahay dito sa Imus, Cavite. So, okay naman po dito. Kasama
mo dyan ang pamilya mo? Kasama mo ang iyong mga mahal sa buhay?
Yes po, kasama ko po yung magiging future wife ko.
Yun!
Kasama ko yung mga kapatid ko dito. Din sila nakauwi dahil naabutan sila ng lockdown.
Oo, kasi alam natin na yan ay mga inspirasyon mo sa buhay.
Yes,
yun, alam ko na napakaganda ng naging performance mo sa Olympic qualifier. Talaga namang kondisyon na kondisyon ka. Nakita natin ang performance mo at hindi naman natin masasabing madali. Pero ikaw ay nakapasok sa Tokyo Olympics. Biglang nagkaroon itong coronavirus pandemic at napigil ang Tokyo Olympics, ang iyong paghahanda. Unang-una, anong reaction mo, Eumir, dito sa nangyaring ito? Ito ba ay nakasama sa iyong timetable, sa iyong body clock? O ito ba ay sa tingin mo makakabuti pa para sa iyong chance sa Olympics?
Okay. So sa akin naman, sir, sa akin di ko naman inisip na kumbaga hindi makakabuti sa akin. So although ginawa kong positive na sabi ko, sige, mas maganda din siguro to na mas makapaghanda ako. So madagdagan ko yung kung ano yung kulang sa sarili ko, kung ano yung dapat improve ko. So sa tingin ko maganda din siguro to. Then yun sa akin Olympics na to, sir. Olympics na yung pinag-usapan natin, di na Asian Games, di na SEA Games. So kailangan natin ng mahabang panahon para makapaghanda at lalong lumakas. So, yun, okay naman sa akin. Hindi ko inisip na hindi to maganda.
Pero kagaya ngayon na ikaw ay naka-quarantine, nandiyan ka sa iyong tahanan, paano ka nag-ensayo, Eumir? Meron ka pa pagkakataon na at least makakuha ng cardio o kahit papaano ay makapagpakondisyon dyan sa inyong lugar?
Okay, basically sir, yung ginagawa ko po, tuwing umaga, tulad kanina, paggising ko, nag-push up ako kagad. Then sa amin kasi sa amateur, may exercise kami yung tinatawag na circuit exercise. So ginagawa namin yung push up, sit-ups, mountain climbing, squat thrust, so sit-ups. So lahat kompleto 'yon. So gawin mo lang 'yun ng 3 sets. Talagang sabi ko para ka na lang nag-jogging, para ka na
Tuloy-tuloy,
lang nag-weights. Opo.
Very intense.
So dapat mabilis 'yon. Opo, intense po, mabilis 'yon. So para ka lang din sobrang pawisan ka talaga. And gumawa po ako ng video noon, shinare ko sa aking YouTube channel para
Ganun ba?
yes po,
paki-promote mo yung YouTube channel mo, Eumir.
Opo, subscribe nyo po yung Eumir Marcial TV. So konting nagsi-share po ako konting mga about boxing doon, and hopefully about sa mga amateur boxing, mga history ng amateur boxing. So,
galing.
Ayun.
Paano naman yung yung timbang mo, Eumir? Naalagaan mo ba yung nutrition mo, yung diet mo?
Sa weight ko naman, sir, sa timbang ko naman, wala naman ako problem. Ngayon, lumaki ako, 5 kilos. So, normal lang naman yun sa akin. And kung bumalik ako sa training, and yung training sobrang hard. So, kusa lang siya na bumaba, tapos bumabalik sa normal weight ko.
Alam mo, ang isang sinasabi at isang kalaban daw ngayon dahil tayo nga ay ika nga nasa ilalim ng quarantine, itong enhanced community quarantine, ay talagang napakaraming mga bagay na pumapasok sa ating isipan, including yung mga napakaraming information, tawag nga nila infodemic, no? Napakaraming pumapasok na minsan nakakatakot, nakaka-down, nakaka-depress. Ikaw sa iyong sitwasyon, how do you keep mentally sharp? Paano mo binablock off yung mga hindi magagandang balita para talagang kahit papaano hanggang ngayon nakatutok ka pa rin sa iyong pangarap?
Sa akin, sir, una-una, pinagdarasal ko sa Panginoon, no? Yung kaligtasan ng pamilya ko at sa ating lahat, at matapos na tong crisis na kinakarap natin. And kumikinig ako ng mga balita, so sumunod lang po tayo sa ano yung mga binibigay sa atin, kung ano yung mga dapat para sa atin. So stay tayo sa ating tahanan, gawin natin yung mga alintuntun na binigay, yung tulad ng proper hygiene. So mag-exercise tayo. So yun, yun lang gawin po natin, sumunod lang tayo, at para sa atin lahat, no, para matapos na tong yung crisis na kinakarap natin.
Eumir, ito kailangan ko maitanong dahil ito ay ika nga lumabas na rin sa mga balita and of course sa pahayagan na meron daw mga ibang tao na ika nga nag-offer sa iyo na pumasok ka sa professional ranks, no? Ngayon, hindi ko tatanungin kung anong klase mga offer yan o sino mga tao yan because yan ay sa iyo lamang. Pero ang gusto ko malaman, Eumir, alam natin na ikaw ay qualified na sa Tokyo Olympics. At this point, ano ba ang priority ni Eumir Marcial? Patungo sa 2021, sa ilalim nitong lockdown, ano ba ang priority mo sa iyong career as a boxer, as an amateur boxer? Ngayon na ika nga may panahon ka para mag-isip.
Yes po. So, sa akin, sir, yung kahit pumasok man ako sa pro, no, kahit ngayon o kailan man itong taon papasok ako sa pro, still, sir, yung main goal ko, yung makuha pa rin yung gold sa Olympic. Yun yung pinangarap ko simulang pagkabata hanggang nakapasok ko sa national team. At kahit mag-pro ako, kasi sa ngayon, sir, pwede ako kahit mag-pro ako, pwede pa rin ako mag-Olympic. So ayun, pangarap ko yun, sir, At lahat ng mga possibility, mga opportunity na madarating sa akin para maabot ko yan at matulungan na maabot ko yung pangarap ko na yan na makuha yung gold sa Olympic ay gagawin ko po. At kaya yun, kinukonsidera ko na sa mga Pilipino, sa ABAP, na sana support nila ako, and yung kinukonsidera ko din yung pagpasok ko sa pro na yun ang makakatulong sa akin, no? Makadagdag ng experience, madagdagan yung lakas ko, so yung exposure. So ayun, pero still pinapangako ko sa mga Pilipino, sa mga sumusuporta sa atletang Pilipino, lalo-lalo na sa boxing, na yun po yung main goal ko, yun po yung pangarap ko. Yung pangarap ko para sa sarili ko, para sa magulang ko, sa tatay ko, at lalo-lalo na para sa ating bansa, no?
Alam mo, naglabas Eumir si ABAP chairman, president, si Mr. Ricky Vargas ng isang statement, no, na sabi niya, kayo daw ay nakapag-usap na at kahit papano ay nagkaroon na kayo ng pagkakaunawaan na mag-uusap kayo uli pagkatapos ng lahat ng ito. At ika nga, at hindi daw, mukhang meron kayong pag-ugnayan na hindi tamang gumawa ng kahit anong desisyon at this point. And it seems like that is a very sound agreement ninyong dalawa sapagkat talaga namang at this point mahirap gumawa ng desisyon. But ikaw, yes, Eumir, kung ikaw man ay gumawa ng desisyon na mag-pro, ito ba ay mangangahulugan na ang estilo mo ng paglalaro, ng pagboboxing ay magiging pro style? Alam naman natin na iba yung pro style dun sa amateur style,
yes,
pang-Olympics, no? Ano ang pananaw mo dyan, Eumir? Despite kung ano man ang maging desisyon mo, yung ba ay patuloy sa ilalim ng ABAP ka lalaban at magti-training?
Yes po, opo. Yun po yung sabi ko sa ating president na si Sir Ricky Vargas, no? At saka kay Sir Picson, sa mga coaches, na sabi ko, kung sakali papasok ako sa pro, gusto ko at pinapangako ko na until Olympics na sila yung makasama ko sa training. Sila po yung at magtuturo sa akin kung maglalaban ako at ayon sa rules na pwede naman sila sumama sa akin. Sila po yung gusto ko makasama kasi sabi ko nga, sir, no, yung main reason, yung main goal ko pa rin yung Olympics eh. Kaya yung preparation na yun ay for Olympics. So sila yung gusto ko makasama, and sabi ko naman sa mga nag-o-offer sa akin, kung sakali mag-ano ko sa inyo, gusto ko wag niyo ako pakialaman sa ABAP, kung ano yung training camp ng ABAP, kung ano yung mga tournament ng ABAP. So wag niyo ko, kasi yung focus na yung pinaghanda ko ay Olympics. So lahat naman, sir, actually lahat naman ng mga nag-offer, gusto nila, yun naman din yung ang gusto nila, na suportahan ako para sa Olympics. So yun,
well,
at saka yun, yes.
Magandang marinig yan mula sa iyo, Eumir, dahil maraming mga
Yes,
agam-agam na napanaw ngayon, dahil alam naman natin, ikaw ang inaasahan ng lahat na makapagbigay ng karangalan sa ating bansa. Matagal-tagal na tayo, hindi pa tayo nakakakuha ng Olympic gold, matagal na tayo hindi nakakakuha ng medalya sa Olympics. Kaya naman tayo maasa sa boxing na tayo ay ikaw ay makakapasok sa Olympics. But again, if you are asked, Eumir, at this stage of your career, ano ang katumbas ng Olympic gold para sa iyo? Ano yan sa magiging tatak sa pangalan ni Eumir Marcial?
Para sa akin, sir, itong Olympic golds ay kumbaga, ito po yung gusto ko, na talaga para dito sa puso ko, ito yung gusto ko ibigay sa tatay ko na nagsakripisyo sa akin simula ng pagkabata. Lahat ng mga, ang dami namin pinagdaanan. So, yun, ito lang naman hanggang nabubuhay siya dito sa mundo, na gusto ko ibigay yun sa kanya, no? Na yung pinapangarap niya dati sa kanyang pamangkin, ngayon napunta na sa kanyang anak. So, ayun po. And para din sa ating Pilipino at sa ating bansa.
Okay. Well, moving forward, alam natin na hindi naman forever na ikaw ay naka-quarantine dyan. Ano ang plano ng kampo mo in terms of training? sa paghahanda natin for next year sa Tokyo Olympics. Meron na ba kayong inaayos na programa kung tayo man ay makalabas na at makapag-training ka na sa labas?
Ayun po, ayon sa ating ABA President Sir Ricky Vargas and Ed Picson, Sir Ed Picson, sabi after ng quarantine na to ay plano nila pumunta ng US o Europe ba na o UK para makapag-training camp at paghandaan yung World Olympic qualifying and also yung preparation ko for Olympics.
So yan ang plano, mag-abroad at doon mag-ensayo sa labas. In the meantime, Eumir, paano ka nagre-relax? Alam naman natin, hindi naman pwede puro puro lang ensayo at pagpapakondisyon. Kahit paano kailangan ka mag-relax. Bigyan mo nga yung mga fans ng konting litrato kung paano ang araw ni Eumir Marcial. Ikaw ba kahit paano nag-video games ka ba? Ano ba ginagawa mo habang ikaw ay hindi nag-ensayo?
Basically sir, ngayon yung ginagawa kasi yung bahay ko under renovation, no? So yun, nagtutulong-tulong ako sa mga kapatid ko, maayos-ayos, pintura, and then may konting tanim-taniman na po ako sa rooftop. Opo, nagtanim ako ng kamatis, ampalaya, upo at sili, yun, at talong, isa pa yung talong, opo, talong, yun, nagtanim ako noon, and yun, tuwing umaga, nagdidilig ako doon, then doon na din ako magpo-push up. So, still, pwede din natin libangin yung sarili natin, no, habang nasa lockdown tayo ngayon, opo. And yun, pag may time, syempre, bigyan natin time yung Panginoon ngayon, lalo na sa crisis ngayon, naalala natin yung Panginoon. So, yun, gawin natin tong routine natin, no, pagtapos ng quarantine ay still bigyan natin siya ng time.
Eumir, alam ko na marami nag-aabang sa magiging takbo ng iyong karera because obviously you will be one of the top fighters, hindi lamang sa amateur ranks but eventually pag ikaw ay naging pro. Ikaw ba, gaano katagal mo nakikitang ikaw lumalaban?
So sa akin sir, sa tingin ko hindi din posible, no, sa disiplina sa ating sarili, sa training, disiplina sa katawan ay siyempre aabot din tayo ng isa sa mga inspiration ko po, no, si Senator Manny Pacquiao, na tingnan nyo, 41 years old, kung sa pagkakalam ko, no, na ang lakas pa rin at kaya pa rin patumbahin yung mga bata pa sa kanya. So ang sarap maging isang inspirasyon na sana sa edad ko ngayon 24 ay umabot din ako yung career ko sa panahon na yan. So yun, opo.
Basta kondisyon na kayang lumaban hanggang malakas pa. Speaking of Senator Manny Pacquiao, he has already said na wag ka daw mag-alala dun sa iyong pro career dahil tutulong siya at wag magmadali. So clearly, maraming tao ang susuporta sa iyo, Eumir, at certainly sana ang iyong maging desisyon ay laging tama at laging para sa bayan at para sa iyong pamilya at sa iyong mga pangarap.
Yes, sir. Opo. Yun, sa mga humingi naman din ako ng mga tulong sa aking mga kaibigan tulad na yun, isa ngayon sa tumutulong sa akin, naghingi ako ng mga advice kay Sir Dennis Principe, sa kung tulad matagal ko ng kaibigan, matagal kong sumusuporta sa akin, at yung parents ko, mga kaibigan ko, at especially yung partner ko, siya po yung nag-guide talaga sa akin.
Well, Eumir, kami nagpapasalamat sa oras mo ngayong umaga at mag-iingat ka dyan. Kahit pa paano, dyan pa sa Cavite, maraming kaso? Marami bang kaso ng ano dyan?
Yes po, isa din po sa maraming cases dito sa Cavite, pero hindi ko alam kung saan banda. So, ayun, advice ko sa lahat, magtulungan po tayo, no? Magstay tayo sa bahay, sundin natin yung mga alintuntunin na binibigay sa atin at para din po sa atin lahat ito. At hiling ko na din sa lahat ng Pilipino no na sa inyong pagtulog at paggising sa umaga isama nyo sa panalangin ang lahat yung Pilipinas.
Maraming salamat at siguradong lahat kami ay mananalangin para sa iyo, Eumir. Mabuhay ka
Yes.
at
Sir,
good luck ha.
Sir,
Sige,
maging ako last ng ano
Sige
po,
lang.
last ng
Sige lang.
po. So yun, gusto ko din batiin po yung pamilya ko, yung Marcial, siyempre yung ABAP, so sina mga coaches at sina Sir Ed, maraming salamat. Alam ng lahat na yung suporta nila nandiyan. So at inano ko na din yung YouTube channel ko, sir. I-subscribe nyo ako doon at marami po kayong malalaman about boxing. So, yun, Eumir Marcial TV, yun lang po. Salamat po, sir. Opo.
Eumir, ikaw ba kamag-anak ka ba ni Willie Marcial? Ni PBA
Hindi ko
Commissioner?
alam, sir. Yeah, hindi ko po alam, pero sabi na, nag-usap pa nung last time nagbisita kami sa PBA, sabi niya, ikaw ba yung Marcial? Ganon. Baka relative tayo. So, ganun bagay lang po.
Very good. Sige, Eumir. God bless.
God maraming bless. Salamat. God bless po. Ingat po ang lahat. Opo.
Maraming salamat. Alright, mga kaibigan, yan po ang ating pambato sa Olympics. Olympic boxing hopeful, Eumir Marcial. Nakakatuwa at talaga namang very focused si Eumir kahit pa ika nga malayo pa ang laban, talagang patuloy ang pag-iensayo. By the way, gusto ko pong batiin lahat ng ating mga taga-subaybay, lalong-lalo na last week pa. Gusto pong batiin si Jigger and Joy Mendiola ng Malabon Fresh. Ito po yung mga nagdi-deliver sa atin sa panahon na to. Nagpapabati siya si Jigger. Pare, maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga pinapadala mong mga seafood. Napakasarap talaga. Very fresh. Malabon Fresh, mga kaibigan. Yan po. Kung gusto nyo ng seafood, hanapin nyo yan. Malabon Fresh. Jigger and Joy Mendiola kasama ang kanilang mga anak. Si Kyle, Kenzie, Kiefer, at si Koji. Binabati ko rin po lahat ng mga healthcare workers, mga kaibigan. Lalong-lalo na yung aming nasa ospital namin na talaga namang patuloy po ang paghahanda dyan sa SPC Medical Center. Unang-una po yung aming CEO, si Roy Gutierrez, ang aming Medical Director, si Dr. Bong Inakay, at ang aming pong HR staff na patuloy na nagtatrabaho, si Au Gamit, Vincent Mayo, si Charm, si Mafel, and si Joy ng HR ng San Pablo Colleges Medical Center sa San Pablo City, Laguna. Binabati ko po kayong lahat. And of course, si Ma'am Joy Baradas ng San Pablo Colleges. Yan magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Alright mga kaibigan, tuloy-tuloy po tayo sa ating huntahan ngayong umagang ito. And alam niyo po, one of the things that binababala po, ang mga babala na binibigay sa atin ng DOH, ay wag po tayong bibitaw sa ating conditioning sapagkat kailangan po natin palakasin ang ating immune system. At ang immune system po natin, lumalakas yan pag tayo po ay nag-i-ehersisyo, konting galaw-galaw, magandang ating pagtulog, and of course, ang ating dieta at pag-inom ng vitamins. Well, hindi po ako eksperto, pero meron po tayong makakasama ngayong umaga pong ito. Siya po ay dating trainer ng Gilas Pilipinas, yung original Gilas Pilipinas. Siya po ang trainer noon at siya rin po ay mas nakilala bilang celebrity fitness coach ng isang programa noon pa, nakaraan na, pwede naman natin sabihin yan, yun po yung The Biggest Loser ni Sharon Cuneta. Kung yun po natatandaan, meron dun trainer. At siya po ay ating makakasama. He has started various programs and events to promote fitness like FitPhil or yung Fit Filipinos na kanya pong pinupush. At yan po ay walang iba kundi si Jimbo Saret na ating makakapanayan po ngayon. Hey Jimbo, Coach Jim, kamusta ka na?
Sir Noy, good morning. Sorry, medyo hindi ko yung morning.
Good to see you. Good to see you. And as always, you look fit.
Wait, sorry.
Sabi ko lang, it's really good to see you. And as always, mukha kang talagang ensayado, Coach Jimbo.
Sorry, Sir Noli, talagang
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
medyo may difficulty yata ako sa audio.
Can you hear me now?
Try,
Let me, sige, ayusin muna natin ang linya natin with Coach Jimbo Saret habang tayo po ay babati sa ating mga nakikinig sa atin ngayon. Sila Estela Doncillo, Jonalyn Solnaya, si Alma Simeon, Dominic Bendal, lahat po kayo, magandang umaga ha. Tumambing Heidi from Hawaii, si Ara Barido, magandang umaga po sa inyo, si Eufemia Lima, Isa Perez mula sa Tondo, Manila, Tonyo Velasco, Melanie Kayanan, Mark Suba mula sa Cavite, dyan si Eumir Marcial, Alex Fentes ang ating suki mula sa Bacolod City, si Emma Tamayo, and of course si Irene Facubelo mula sa Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Alright, mukhang tinitingnan natin kung naayos po natin. In the meantime, meron tayo mga komentaryo nakikita dyan sa ating screen. Sos Mariosep Comnoli, damo nga salamat, kasangkayan. See you around. Yan, kay Sir Ed yan. Listen to this crowd roar, sabi ni Sir Seb daw. And of course, yung Dean's List. Yan po yung mga, kanina sabi natin ating pupulsuhan yung mga paborito ninyong linya ng inyong mga paboritong sports broadcasters na ating makakasama mamaya. Gusto ko rin pong kamustahin of course, si Ma'am Tina Tan ng TV5 and si Paring Dines, si Paring Al at si Maring Dines Regner. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. At nagpapabate si Congressman SK Estrella sa mayor ng Rosales, Pangasinan. Walang iba kundi si Mayor Susan Casareno. Good morning po ma'am dyan sa Rosales, Pangasinan. Sana po maayos ang inyong kalagayan. Mukhang Rosales, Pangasinan yung isa sa mga, ang Pangasinan yata ay maaaring mapunta sa GCQ. But anyway, balik natin si Coach Jimbo Saret, ang ating fitness guru na makakasama natin ngayong umaga, just to give us some tips as to how to cope with this pandemic. Jimbo, kamusta ka? Can you hear me now?
Yes, Sir Noli, kumusta? Long time no see, and excited to be here. Thank you very much. Yes.
You still look the same. You still look like you're in shape, as always, because of course, that is your business, and that's why kami nandito ngayon, Jimbo. Let me ask you first, I heard that you have a program that you're espousing now called FitFil, and this is like a new program that you are, or an event that you're promoting. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Jimbo?
Yes, Sir Noli, because panahon ngayon, diba, with our immune system talaga nako-compromise, tsaka yung mga tao may hina immune system, sila usually na unang tinatamaan ng sakit. Whether it's COVID or it's going to be another disease in the future, kailangan talaga ma-boost natin ating immune system. In short, we have to be physically fit. And one of the research ngayon na lumalabas, hindi lang yung mga taong may diabetes or asthma ang tinatamaan, but actually people are overweight ang pinaka-susceptible talaga. Kasi when you're overweight, marami ng other factors na involved na dyan eh. So, nung lumabas yung research nila, talagang nakita namin na yung mas kinahalagahan nitong yung campaign namin, it's an advocacy namin ng wife ko, si Coach Toni. Basically, we're challenging Filipinos or inviting Filipinos to become fitter and healthier. So, FitFil stands for Fit Filipino Movement. Isa po siyang advocacy to get people to become healthier and fitter. And one of the campaigns na ginagawa namin is we're inviting people to donate weight. Parang donate weight, hindi naman sa pilitan. Pero kumbaga, yes. Ano po siya, donate tayo ng timbang, voluntary lang po siya. Kami ng wife ko, we're gonna be here online. We're gonna be sharing workouts, diet tips. We're gonna create a community where people can come and join. And lahat po to libre. Libre po siya. So that's basically what we're doing now.
Okay, where can they find this, Jimbo?
Yeah, so we have a Facebook page called the Fit Filipino Movement. Yes, it's a movement basically. And again, libre po to para po sa lahat po. Kung kayo po ay gusto magpapayat or maging fitter, stronger po. Hindi natin yung maging goal yung maging bodybuilder or yung super sexy naman. Para lang po tayo maging fit tsaka stronger. Sali po lang po kayo or punta lang po kayo sa aming Facebook page po. It's called the Fit Filipino Movement.
All right. Well, that's very interesting, and ako marami akong i-donate para sa kung timbang lang.
Mukhang fit ka pa naman, sir.
No, but Jim, Coach Jimbo, sabi mo nga, it's very difficult during these times na naka-lockdown tayo, naka-quarantine tayong lahat. Many people cannot go out,
Yes.
and clearly we are just confined to our homes, to our premises. Is a healthy lifestyle achievable kahit under these circumstances, Coach Jim?
Yes, napaka-challenging talaga yung panahon ngayon, especially doon tayo sa espasyo ng bahay natin. And kadamihan sa atin, since wala tayong ginagawa, hindi tayo makalabas, hindi tayo sanay doon eh. Ang tendency natin, pumunta na lang sa kusina, kumain ng konti every now and then, tapos hindi natin siya nasusunog nga. So, there are a lot of ways, maraming paraan para tayo maging fit sa bahay. Actually, isang ginagawa namin is, challenge tayo yung mga tao na kahit nasa bahay, mag-exercise tayo sabay-sabay. So meron kaming YouTube program ngayon it's called Team Fit Phil. Again, nag-share kami ng 4-minute workouts lang. So we're teaching you to get fit. 4 minutes lang sa loob ng bahay, puro body weight, tuwalya, t-shirt, trapo, yun lang ginagamit namin para maging fit tayo in as little as 4 minutes lang. So yes, meron po talagang paraan.
What would a healthy lifestyle mean, Coach Jimbo? Sa simple terms para sa ating mga nakikinig, sa ating mga nanonood, physically, mentally, in terms of your nutrition, what do you prescribe para sa mga Pinoy? Kasi marami na ako narinig, that kahit paano you have to keep a particular schedule. Hindi pwede yung wala ka nalang structure sa buhay mo ngayon. Kung kailan ka gigising, kung kailan mo gusto, 3:00 ng hapon, 2:00 ng hapon, di ba? There still has to be a particular structure to keep our mental fitness. But what do you prescribe for Filipinos in terms of the physical, the mental, and also, of course, yung kanilang nutrition?
Yes, so meron kaming tatlo talagang parang principles sa sinishare talaga na sinasabi sa mga tao. Number 1 is syempre exercise. Yung katawan kasi natin, designed yan gumalaw. It's either lumakas tayo or hihina tayo. Yung katawan natin, hindi tayo nag-stay still. Hindi tayo machine or robot na pag nandyan na yan. Ang katawan natin sa living thing, it's either lalakas ka or hihina ka. You will never stay still. So, kailangan talaga natin gumalaw. Number 2, nutrition. Napaka-crucial niyan. Sa panahon ngayon, ang tinuturo talaga namin is juicing. Kasi yung juicing talaga, kumbaga umiinom tayo ng multivitamins, pag nag-juicing ka, mas potent pa siya. So, juicing is one other thing. Yung pangatlo na marami talagang hindi nakakapansin, sleep o tulog. Marami talaga sa atin, nagpupuyat. Ang pinaka-crucial time sa tulog, basically, is the 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. the slot. Kapag tulog ka from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., parang doble yung benefits ng tulog na yon kasi that's the time na nagre-repair yung katawan natin. Doon siya nagsisikret ng mga chemicals na mag-heal ng katawan. So basically, kapag gising tayo sa oras na yon, which maski ako, guilty ako paminsan-minsan, pag gising ka doon, hindi masyado nakakapag-heal yung katawan mo. Kahit sabihin na dati 10 hours ka ng tulog, para yung mga nagtatrabaho sa BPO, diba, umuwi sila, umaga na, kahit matulog pa sila ng 10, 15 hours, hindi kasing ganda yun o hindi yung quality niya, hindi kasing ganda nung kapag tulog ka from 10 to 2. That's really the most crucial time. And marami talaga sa atin, talaga nami-miss yung part na yun. So kahit mag-exercise ka, kahit mag-diet ka, kung kulang ka sa tulog o mali naman yung oras na tinutulog mo, malaking bagay pa rin yan sa ating health.
Kasi alam mo, ang problema ngayon, kasi nga wala tayong pupuntahan kinabukasan, marami sa atin, nakakalimutan na yung matulog na maaga, no? Talagang nabababad sa papanonood ng Netflix, yung ganyan na lang na
guilty.
And of course, yung the fact that hindi masyado kasing pagod ng katawan at ang pag-iisip, no? Kasi nasa bahay ka, no? But katulad ng mga bata, Jimbo, kids really cannot, it's very difficult for us na suwayan ng mga bata na sabihin, wag kayo puro gadget, no? Wag kayo puro panonood lamang ng mga YouTube channels, no? Ano ang pwedeng pagawa sa mga bata na hindi naman, lalo na yung mga batang hindi naman sanay, no? Pero at least para gumalaw. Kasi alam naman natin sa school, meron silang PE at least twice a week, no? Pero ngayon, biglang nawala lahat yan. What can you prescribe for kids, Coach Jim?
Sir Noli, napaka-gandang issue talaga yan. Especially technology ngayon, diba? Puro gadgets sila ng mga kabataan, hindi na masyado gumagalaw. I think babalik tayo ng babalik sa yung sa sinasabi natin na failing to plan is a plan to fail. Diba? Kailangan talaga ng tao ng disiplina. Whether gusto natin aminin ito o hindi, kailangan talaga natin disiplina. That means kailangan may ritual tayo, may schedule tayo. Pag wala tayong schedule, doon tayo nagiging medyo sabog na yung katawan natin. Pag meron kayong schedule na maintain, then yung katawan natin, masasanay siya matulog ng ganitong oras parate kasi meron siyang schedule, ganitong sa oras gumigising. So para sa kabataan ngayon, isa mga ina-encourage namin is talagang kailangan nila lumabas. Hindi naman lumabas ng bahay, pero kailangan magpa-araw. Napakahalaga talaga pa-araw. Kung kaya, like kami ng wife ko, we live in a condo, so medyo hirap kami makulubas para kumuha ng araw. Sa balcony lang kami, but kailangan natin talaga pa-araw. Tapos, meron talagang oras na kaming binibigay para mag-exercise. Pero sa kabataan, ang exercise sila kakaiba. Pwede silang sayaw, pwedeng free play, pwedeng, or sports, kung meron silang garahe na sa loob ng bahay, pwede silang mag-basketball or kung anong sport na pwede gawin. Pero ang crucial talaga dyan is binibigyan silang oras para gawin yan. Like kagabi, nahirapan ako matulog, siguro mga 2 AM na ako kasi hindi ako nag-workout kahapon. Sanay ako na nag-workout. So napansin ko, pag hindi ako nag-exercise, kahit 4 minutes lang, yung utak ko mas magulo, mas marami ako iniisip. Correct. Pero pag nag-exercise ako, mas nakakatulog ako. So like I said, kailangan talaga gawa tayo ng routine na mag-stick tayo doon. Very simple lang naman yung mga routines na yan. And kahit maiksing oras lang siya, para yung katawan talaga natin masanay. Pag nasanay siya, then mas madadalian tayo. Pero sa mga kabataan talaga, sayaw, napakagandang exercise talaga ng sayaw. So yun. Kailangan lang bigyan natin sila ng oras. Minsan kasi tayong mga medyo mature na, nakukulitan tayo sa mga batang mahihigay. Pero kung gumagalaw sila, nag-enjoy, mas maganda talaga hayaan natin sila. Kasi bihira talaga gumalaw ang kabataan ngayon. And Sir Nolly, meron pala kayo share. We're ambassadors kasi ng Philippine Heart Association pagdating sa healthy lifestyle. Na lumabas sa latest research na ang obesity sa kabataan, nag-double na siya. Double in the span of 3 to 5 years. Ang bilis nun, double kagad yung kanyang statistics. So, baka lumala because of the advent of technology nga, yung mga TikTok, yung mga video games, hindi na gumagalaw talaga ang kabataan. So tayong mga mature, mga adults, kailangan talaga minsan puwersahin natin o bigyan natin ng opportunity talaga na ibaba yung gadget, patayin yan, tapos gumalaw sila ng gumalaw.
Yung bang, tinatanong kasi ng ibang bata, yung bang TikTok, pwede na yon?
Pwede yung TikTok, basta gumagalaw sila kasi may mga TikTok din na medyo wala rin katotohanan.
But seriously, ilang minuto? At least, how many minutes for children in a day?
Like I said, kahit 4 minutes lang, depende sa ginagawa. Pwede na tayo mag-start. Kahit 4 minutes lang. Kasi at the end of the day, kapag na-trigger kasi yung pag-release ng endorphins, diba? Pag exercise tayo, mag-release ng endorphins yan. Ang tendency natin ay ituloy pa natin. So gusto namin sabihin parati na 4 minutes lang. Pero at the end of the day, usually lumalampas tayo dyan eh. Kasi pag nasimulan siya, tuloy-tuloy na yan. Ang pinakamahirap talaga sa lahat, whether bata ka o adult ka, is yung magsimula. Di ba? Mahirap talaga magsimula. Workout.
Kailangan ikaw. Kagaya ko, I really try to push, kids to do something, no? Kahit paano manood ng YouTube channel na mayroong mga kids exercises, no? But let me go to the other side of the spectrum, the elite athletes. Alam natin yan that they demand more from their body, Coach Jimbo, no? In fact, I've seen some elite athletes on Twitter na I saw an Olympic swimmer na bumibitin siya sa isang lamesa at naggumagawa siya ng handstand strokes literally in the air. Parang it's really for the core. Are there, ito bang quarantine nito, unang-una, how has this affected elite athletes? And secondly, can they recover from all of this, from the stoppage of all of these things para sa kanilang training exercises?
Yes, napakagandang question, Sir Noli, kasi nga we train elite athletes like we have been helping the Philippine Olympic Committee pag-train sa mga national athletes natin. And itong quarantine talaga, medyo nahihirapan yung mga atleta. Una, nag-enjoy sila dahil nakakapayang katawan. Pero pag sobra naman, pangitin yun. Kasi yung katawan natin, after several weeks, magdi-decline na yan yung fitness level mo. Unfortunately, marami sa ating mga atleta, hindi alam talaga kung anong gagawin sa bahay. I mean, alam na rin basic pull-up, mga push-up. Pero ang elite level kasi mas mataas pa din yung ginagawa. So pag mas mataas doon, talagang medyo nahihirapan sila sa bahay. So isa sa mga plano namin gawin din is to create itong YouTube videos kung yung mga pwede gawin talaga ng mga elite athletes. Pero para sa elite athletes lang yan. Ngayon ang problema lang, ang elite athlete kasi kailangan bantayan din natin yan. Minsan kasi tama yung ginagawa pero may kulang. So ayaw natin ng bad habits. So kailangan talaga yung coach maganda kung sabay niyang tinitrain yung mga atleta niya through technology para nakikita talaga niya yung mga mali, kung ano yung tama. Pero again nga, limited yung mga pwede gawin sa bahay. So meron tayong mga ways talaga na pwede gawin. Pero kailangan talaga ng disiplina, tsaka kailangan talaga ng focus. Kasi sanay kasi tayong mga Pilipino nagtitrain sa gym, nagtitrain sa labas ng bahay. So training sa loob ng bahay, challenging yan, pero talagang very doable siya. Basta alam ng coach at alam ng atleta yung kanilang kailangan gawin.
Well, Jimbo, alam mo, we have learned so much in this time that we have been locked down. Madami na tayo na-discover sa ating sarili, no? Our capacities to overcome a lot of the difficulties na hinaharap natin. But in your case, personally, and I want to ask you this just before we leave, ano naituro sa iyo ng quarantine, Jimbo? I know that you are an active person. You have to be out. That's your nature. Nakita kita when you were with Gilas, how you push the boys in terms of training, and you just need to keep on moving. But now that nandito tayo, what has the ECQ taught you personally?
On a personal level, kasi sobrang active kami ng wife ko, parati kami nasa labas. Ngayon lang talaga na-appreciate namin talaga yung pagiging nasa loob ng bahay, natutunan namin matulog talaga. We were able to get for the first time talaga yung kompletong sleep, nakaka 9 hours kami ng tulog. So laking bagay noon. And nakita ko pag nakakatulog kami na mas mahaba talaga, iba yung effect sa katawan. Mas nakikita natin siya ngayon. So dito ako natutuwa sa ECQ. Ang dami na yung mga tinutulungan mga bosses, mga companies, corporate people. Natulog talaga yung kulang sa kanila. And ngayon nga, sinasabi na, parang we're feeling healthier. So I hope talaga na-realize din nila yun, just as us, na-realize na talagang gano'ng kahalaga yung tulog. And at the same time, sa cooking, talagang natuto ako magluto sa cooking. Kasi, wow, parang bumalik nga kami sa dating panahon na pagpunta mo lang grocery, parang challenge na, no? Parang nag-hunting ka talaga. Iwas ka dito, iwas ka doon, baka may mahawa ka, tapos pagbilets, hugas, lilinisin namin lahat. Parang it made me realize talaga yung value ulit ng simple thing as pag-grocery. Napakalaking bagay pala na hindi natin na-appreciate yung mga simple things na nakukuha natin before.
Well, ang dami namin nakuha sa yung tip today, Jimbo, lalong-lalo na yung kahalagahan ng pagtulog. But again, Jimbo, invite them sa iyong YouTube, yung mga video na ipapalabas ninyo in your channels para patuloy na maging malakas, malusog, at lalo pang tumapang ang mga Pilipino. Jimbo?
Thank you, Sir Nolly. So, para po sa mga gusto po matuto ng mga 4-minute workouts, simple lang po na pwede natin gawin sa bahay. Pwede po kami puntahan sa The Fit Filipino Movement po sa Facebook or sa YouTube na po, ang tawag sa kanya, Team FitFil. Lahat po yun libre po. Very simple things to do na pwede gawin ng family sa bahay, whether bata po or yung parents o kahit pa po yung grandparents. So, please po punta lang po kayo doon. I'll be very happy po to help you out in any way we can. Sir Nolly, thank you again po for having me.
Thank you so much, Coach Jimbo, and regards to Tony. Sana magkita-kita tayo right after this. And keep healthy, stay safe.
Stay safe.
Yan po mga kaibigan, si Coach Jimbo Saret ng ating isa sa mga fitness coaches ating hinahangaan. Maraming salamat kay Coach Jimbo. By the way, pagbati lamang, shout out sa mga mga nakikinig sa atin, si paring Algin and Pinky Del Rosario. Magandang umaga po sa inyo. Patuloy na masarap ang mga niluluto ni Maring Pinky sa yung paella. Paring Algin, napakasarap niyan. Shout out also to June Campos all the way from Singapore. And of course, Romel Yovienko, ang aking kaibigang matalik, dyan po sa Eastwood. At si Rico Meneses, mula naman dyan sa Maynila. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Alright mga kaibigan, maganda yung sinasabi ni Coach Jimbo. Alalahanin nyo lagi, matulog ng sapat. Hindi naman daw kailangan ng napakahaba. Basta yung oras ng alas 10 hanggang alas 2 ng umaga, alas 10 ng gabi hanggang alas 2 ng umaga, dun po tayo dapat nakakakuha ng tulog sapagkat yun daw ang pinakamalakas na, kumbaga nagre-regenerate ang katawan. Kung maiksi man, gumising man kayo ng alas 4, ayos na rin yun dahil nakatulog kayo na maaga. Pero mahalaga po ang ating kalusugan sa panahon na to. Alam nyo, ang isa pang mahalaga ngayon, yung pag-aaral ng mga bagong talento, yung mga pagkuha ng mga bagong skills. Ngayon na naka-lockdown tayo, ano ba natutunan nyo, mga kapatid? Ano mga natutunan yung bago? Ako halimbawa ako, kahit papano, natuto akong magluto din. Abay, mantakin nyo yun. Nung araw, hindi naman ako nagluluto. Pero ngayon, napipuwersa tayo dahil sa ating pangangailangan. At, well, kahit papano, marunong na ako magprito ng itlog. Hindi, mas maganda pa doon ba. Masarap ang aking mga marinade mixture. Ha? Maski tanungin niyo sa buong pamilya ko. Pero may isang tao na gusto nating kausapin ngayon sapagkat siya, iba naman ang kanyang talento. Ha? Mula sa pagiging isang magaling na basketball player, ito pong panahon ng quarantine, nagkaroon siya ng panahon, ika nga, para pagandahin naman, palakasin yung kanyang isa pang talento. Yun po ay ang pag-awit. Ang tinutukoy ko po ay walang iba kundi ang PBA player na si Davon Potts. Si Davon Potts, mga kaibigan, is a 6'1 guard na dating naglaro sa San Beda University. He was raised in Cerritos, California. He was drafted to 18th in the 2017 draft. And right now he is listed with the Phoenix professional team sa PBA. And we are lucky to have with us PBA player turned musical artist, Davon Potts. Good morning, Davon.
Good morning. How you doing?
Looks like you're just get out of bed. How has the quarantine been treating you, man?
It's been different. It's been a different experience, but I'm actually blessed, and I appreciate you for having me on your show.
Well, I was talking about many things that have happened about the quarantine now. How many people, because of the lockdown, have studied, learned many new talents, or at least nurtured those talents, and now bringing it out. My case, for instance, is about cooking. All of a sudden, I'm learning how to cook. Yeah, but I was describing how an article described how you have now become a total musical artist, from writing songs to producing songs. You've done it all. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Davon?
Actually, musically, it's obviously a different process in itself, because that's your own business. So when you're dealing with just the whole musical aspect, it's a different process. It's like starting your own franchise and you're starting your own business. So I looked into it when I was quarantined and dealing with different managers and dealing with different people. And finally, I found somebody in the States that can actually manage my musical career. It actually gives it a different perspective. So I love it, because it has my own creative control. When you're dealing with the PBA, of course, it kind of gives you a different light, being you're working for somebody else, and now that you can work for yourself, it can actually give you a better insight on how to actually run a business. So I love it. I love it on every aspect.
You are doing hip hop music, and right now, how many cuts have you made?
I've made a lot of music. I've made a lot of music since Embeda, but I actually started to release it maybe probably last year, because I started to get comfortable with the sound that I wanted to go for. But I've made music for a long time. I just never really released it because, of course, and just in that aspect, I wanted to be respected in my lane, because music is a very complex situation.
So you are at the same time still listed with the Phoenix Pulse Fuel Masters, and clearly now you cannot practice. There are no tournaments, no games, nowhere to be together with your team. But when you look at your career in the PBA and now your budding career as a musical artist, what do you think is more challenging up to this point?
It's really just gonna be more challenging, and just in timing of just managing the time, and because now literally after practice we practice from 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then after that, it would just literally be eat lunch and then go right to the computer and just see what kind of songs or kind of production that I need to do for the next thing. To be really honest, I'm excited, because actually we really don't have an artist. We have a lot of artists who are very famous in the Philippines, but that artistry is not really known in the States. So I kind of looked at that as a challenge in itself, to be respected in that lane. And like I said, I had a few songs that caught some attention over the waters, and they wanted to work with me. So I actually just signed, like I said, signed with my new management in the States that is willing to work with me from Florida, and they were letting me have my independence in the music industry. And again, we'll just see how it goes, and I'm pretty excited about it. I'm really glad that the Phoenix Film Masters supported me. Boss RTZ from our team governor, he was very impressed with that I did music. And then I was really happy that I got the support from them, because I know a lot of the teams were just pretty much, look at it from a different way. If you looked at it with the glass, being half full or half empty, so they looked at it as half full and just said, hey, keep going, because that's a very positive thing that you're doing. My message that is being across in the music, I'm not speaking about things that are negative in the world. It's really about the reality situations that we deal with in everyday life. And it's very important. And I think that's very good to share with the world.
That's a great way to keep mentally sharp, and very positive in your outlook. But this is not you. A lot of there have been cases in the past, athletes that have had double careers, or at least have transcended into another career. You talk about way back, Wayman Tisdale had a career in music. There was a guy named Carlos Arroyo. We remember him, the Puerto Rican guard, who also had his music released back in 2009. Chris Webber, C. Webb, started his own musical career back in 1999. And most recently, of course, we know about Shaquille O'Neal. And lately, it's been Dame Lillard. How do you reconcile your basketball career with your musical career at this point?
Those guys are the greats. I think for me, it's just my own way of showing my creativity to my fans. And it's I know for me, like, a lot of people don't know me because I keep myself at a distance. But I think this is more of a way to show my fans and my family, even my family, what I say in my music is not necessarily about me. It could be about somebody else's experience. And I think that's me showing, my creative side of trying to give somebody else who doesn't have that voice, a voice that I can say for them in music, to where it can kind of acknowledge their problems or their success or their struggling times that they need to voice out, and it can be in between their ears and something that they can listen to. I think, like I said, that the whole creative side, music is not always just about you. It's about, other people and the situations that are going on in the world that you can share and people can relate to that. I think that's, like I said, the challenge in itself is a great thing, because it challenges you, just like basketball. People say that you can't do it, and you end up showing them, and then they end up respecting it. That's the thing. That's the beauty in it. You find the challenges.
I'm not going to make you choose between these two careers. Obviously, it can come together, as you have said, and as has been shown by many players. But what I will want to ask you is, can you give us a little bit of a sample of your music, Devon?
I mean, yeah, you know what? I can give you a little bit of what I worked on.
Just a little. I don't need a lot, just.
I have a single coming out on the 30th called "I Am Devon Potts," and it's actually an introduction of who I am as a person.
Wow.
And so I can give you a little bit. It's kind of a little bit like spoken poetry, but
Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me just make sure.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Mga kaibigan, si Devon Potts, mga kaibigan, he will be showing us a little bit of his new release, I Am Devon Potts.
Okay. So it goes like this. I made it on my own. I'm in a different league. Skipping college just to be the best, like I'm Jalen Green. I got a vision that nobody else can see, and always give respect. Rest in peace to Kobe Bean, man. I write, I produce like J. Cole. Now me, I see Grammys that I take home, but actually you see that's something I don't want, though, because that means I'm happy with more room for my growth. So again, that's a little snippet.
But it's very clear the influence of basketball in your music.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I just pay respect. I just pay respect to the people that paved the way for us. And like I said, everything that I say, and even the music that I've done before, and this song that's coming out now called "I Am Devon Potts," that's releasing on the 30th of April. I just speak the truth, and I just speak, and I just pay respect to the people that do it right, that do it the best, and that's it.
Well, you know, we give honor to what we have, our talents given to us by our creator, and I obviously have to tip my hat to you, Devon, for not only being a terrific basketball player. I've followed your career since you played in San Beda, and when you entered the PBA, hopefully you'd get the break with Phoenix. But in addition to that, I hope that your musical career really takes off. You've got it, man, and we will continue to support you as a Filipino artist that'll hopefully make it big in the US. Devon, thanks so much. Thanks so much for coming on.
I appreciate you on the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mga kaibigan, Devon Potts, ang ating player from Phoenix, now turned musical artist ng Pilipinas. Alright mga kaibigan, continue. Tuloy-tuloy po tayo sa Power and Play. Again, konting pagbati po sa ating mga nanonood at mga nagsasapit ng kanilang mga kaarawan. Gusto ko po sanang batiin ang aking kapatid ng isang belated happy birthday, si Ate Susie, at ang aking bayaw na si Peter Cruz. Isa rin pong belated happy birthday, Pete. I'd also like to say naman advance happy birthday to one of my friends, si Rene Baltasar, that will have his birthday bukas. And of course, si Ram Antonio. Happy birthday din. Shout out mula kay Eski Estrella at sa buong grupo ng Batch 80 ng LSGH. Alright mga kaibigan, tuloy-tuloy po tayo. We will take a very quick break sa Radyo 5, 92.3 News FM. And we will be back with Power and Play. Ang oras po natin, alas 9:01 ng umaga. Muli po nagbabalik ang Power and Play. More shoutout mula sa ating mga kaibigan, sila Tabitha Triston ng Tacloban City, Vilma Ariola all the way from Hong Kong, at si Susan Kalinao sa aming lugar dyan po sa San Pablo, Laguna. Happy birthday din kay Reggie Mohe mula po dyan sa aming pamilya, dyan sa Canada, sa Calgary, sa Canada. Ngayon, babasahin po natin ang inyong ilan sa mga tugon nyo po doon sa ating Pulso ng Bayan na mga paborito nyong linya ng ating mga sports broadcasters na ating makakasama maya-maya. Alright? Second hour po ng Power and Play. Mula kay Mark Dave Suba, Bayan ng Superstars, at saka yung Listen to the Crowd Roars. Sino ba nagsabi niyan? Alam ko yung si Listen to the Crowd Roars. Sino yan eh? Si Sev Sarmenta. Nathaniel Dizon, Sos Mariosep by Comnoli. Si Paul Anthony Fajardo, yung pong Bayan may kasama... Bam! May kasama pang foul na sabi daw ni Magu Marjun, no? Of course, si Nicolay ng Makati, Sos Mariosep, ikaw na ang maging Danny Sigel. And of course, yung PBA where nobody does it better. And then of course, si Quinito Henson daw, yung oh boy! Wala naman kay Mark Suba, Bayan ng Superstars, yung pong kay Paul Fajardo. Hindi, yan na ba? Tapos ito, si Virginia Pineda, Mr. Iyala, you're one of the best. Salamat po. Orel Azet Naus, nobody does it better. Maraming salamat po sa inyong mga tugon sa ating Pulso ng Bayan. Ako, mamaya po makakasama natin ang mga veteranong at mga paborito nyo po mga broadcasters, Quinito Henson, Andy Jao, Ed Picson, at si Sev Sarmenta. Bago po tayo pumasok dyan, ready na kaya? Ready na ba? Oh, anytime. Alright, mga kaibigan. Binabati rin po natin tayo, yung mga nanonood po sa atin sa TV5. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Good morning to all the viewers over TV5. Power and Play po ito ng Saturday edition again. Halos patapos na ang buwan ng Abril. 5 araw na lang. Quarantine na naman. Alright, at this point mga kaibigan, makakausap po natin. Naku, paborito to ng marami. At marami na rin siguro nakalimot or nakakaalala. Walang iba kung hindi ang dating naging naturalized player. Unang naging naturalized player actually siya ng Gilas, Pilipinas. No? Noong pong nakasama pa ako dyan. In fact, I was with him when he appeared in Congress during the hearing para sa kanyang naturalization. He averaged in the FIBA Asia Cup of 2011, 21.9 points a game, 12.2 rebounds. And in the 2013 FIBA Asia Cup, 11.9 points and helped the Philippines beat South Korea to secure its first FIBA World Cup stint since 1978. Alam niyo na kung sino ang pinag-uusapan natin. Walang iba kundi si Marcus Douthit, the former national player of Gilas, Pilipinas, all the way from Maine, USA. Good morning, good evening, Marcus.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how are you doing? Kamusta ka?
I'm good. You know, trying to survive this little virus that's going on in the world.
Are you? Let me ask you first. First of all, you are in Maine. You are in Maine. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. And are you also on total lockdown, or are you guys allowed to go out at all?
Oh no, we're definitely on lockdown. I mean, you know, everybody's on lockdown just like the whole world is, you know, but it's not as bad as in the city, you know what I mean?
So, Marcus, you are home, and you know, a lot of people are missing you back here. Obviously, a lot of people remember what you've done for the national team. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now. Are you connected with any team? Are you still part of any league, or are you playing as an import in another country?
No, I'm not.
No, I mean before this lockdown. I'm not talking about now, but before this lockdown.
No, before the lockdown, I was coaching. I got into coaching this year. Yeah.
Coaching which team?
In where I went to school at, I went to college at community college. I went to coaching this year.
Terrific.
I do the whole transformation thing, you know.
Well, you know, you never leave basketball, they say. We'll always be there. We'll always be connected with the sport that we all grew up and we all love it. You know, I know for a fact that you are in touch with the Gilas boys. I know that it was your birthday. A belated happy birthday, Marcus. And a lot of us greeted you in our own little group. Can you describe the bond that you have with your former teammates in Gilas Pilipinas?
It's crazy. When you always say, people say, "Oh yeah, I'll always remember my high school teammates, or the first team you ever played on and stuff like that." But honestly, I mean, I have more respect for those guys, throughout my whole career, and at all time, than I do with other guys, even guys on my college team. You know what I mean? So it's just a brotherlyhood that we always had, no matter where I was at in the world or wherever you guys got congratulated guys on whatever, and it's just something that I've never been a part of, and I'm just glad that I can honestly say that, even after basketball, I mean, we haven't played together in years, you know what I mean, but we still talk, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
cool.
that's true. Well, do you have fond memories? What is your best memory of your Gilas stint?
I have many. I have many. I mean, even like the first day, like I came to the Philippines. I thought it was something like 5 minutes in. As soon as I got off the plane, I was like, "Oh, this place is amazing. The people are beautiful. Everybody was nice. They were very welcoming, and it's something that I never experienced. I've been to countries. I've been to Spain, Belgium, all the way around the world. I've never had that kind of welcome ever in my whole life. And it was just like I was already home. Just walking in off the plane. Even though it took me forever because I came over from Russia, but it was good. Like I said, it's just a place that I always call home, and no matter where I'm at in the world, people, talk to me all the time, and it's just love. It's nothing but love.
I remember the time you arrived here, and you got in, and of course we prepared you for your congressional hearing for your naturalization process. Some people are asking me, is it true that you were asked to uh, to memorize and to sing the Philippine national anthem?
Yeah. I was asked that, just like you said, freshly getting off the plane. I was kind of trying to memorize it going into the courthouse, but at first it was kind of like it was new to me, but at the end of the day, like you grow to respect it. You know what I mean? And it was just like I said, it was just amazing to be a part of it. And once I understood, it's one thing to sing it, but once you kind of understand what it stands for and what you fight for, it just makes it that much stronger, much more making you want to lay down the law no matter what. You know what I mean? Just because you know
Yeah.
the meaning.
Well, Marcus, you're fondly known or remembered for helping the Philippines enter the FIBA World Cup, our first since 1978, when you beat South Korea back in 2013, your team. Did you ever have any doubts about the program when you entered Gilas Pilipinas?
Honestly, I didn't have doubts just because everything was so new. So I really didn't understand the expectations until I kind of got thrown in the fire. But once you get thrown in the fire, it's just like, it doesn't matter, win, lose, or draw. The country's behind you no matter what. I mean, they respect your courage, they respect your fight. You know what I mean? So it's easy to go out there and play your hardest. It wasn't difficult. Not one time I can say it was never no doubt in my mind because, like I said, Philippines is like people say they put like putting a battery in someone's back. You know what I mean? They charged up. They charged up and they ready to go for war. And as soon as you turn around and you look, you know they're right there behind your back. Just keep pushing you. So it was easy. Honestly, the transition was very very easy and welcoming.
Now you're saying about the expectations, and obviously, as a naturalized player, there were so many from the very start. Even when Congress was hearing your application, they were already thinking that you were a superhero. Do you ever regret getting naturalized? Do you ever regret, making that decision, making that leap of faith, and coming over to Team Philippines?
No, by far. Honestly, I don't regret it at all. Actually, it's funny you say that. One thing I do regret, I remember one time, maybe 2 years, 3 years before I even got asked, to even play for the Philippines, my agent asked me about playing for Talking Tech, and Chuck wanted me to play for Talking Tech, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of like shoot him off because my mind was trying to get, to the NBA. So I kind of shoot him off, and then after a while, I started thinking like, man, I should have came here years ago when I first had the opportunity. So no. I mean, things happen for a reason, and I have no regrets whatsoever.
Well, as you said, you'll never be out of basketball. But now that you're, I guess, semi-retired from it, would you still want to be help the program, the Gilas national program, in whatever capacity you can? And if so, what do you think would be a good role and fit for you?
Listen, I would leave right now if I can come back to the Philippines to help the national team out. And not just the national team. I mean, any of the teams that's going on, even from Pacquiao League, and obviously the PBA, and even the PBL. Like like it doesn't matter. Just to give back to the country that I fought hard for while I was playing, and just to see that the respect level, like it didn't drop off. You know what I mean? Like it's still a whole lot to go. And I would be willing to do anything to be, a part of the national team, no matter what it does, no matter what it means. Scouting guys, even throwing games, stuff like that. Just anything that has to do with getting them on a higher level than I left them when I retired. But yeah, like I said, the Philippines is like it's like my home, and if anything I can do from all my basketball knowledge to help the country, get as high as possible, I would definitely do it. Like a drop in the hat.
Well, Marcus, you will always be a Filipino to us. You'll always be welcome to this lockdown area of the world. And you'll always be remembered as somebody who helped us gain our pride back in basketball. And we thank you for joining us today. And we hope you stay
Oh,
safe.
thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, just really good to see you, Marcus. And we hope you stay safe wherever you are.
Definitely. Always a pleasure. Always a
All
pleasure.
right. Thanks so
All
much.
right. Thank you.
Mabuhay ka. Mabuhay ka.
See you.
Mga kaibigan, salamat. Mga
Bye.
kaibigan, walang iba kung hindi si Marcus Douthit, ang dating naturalized player ng Gilas Pilipinas. Natatandaan ko po yung mga pinagdaanan namin ni Marcus, and of course ng lahat ng kanya nakasama sa Gilas Pilipinas. What a wonderful person. Hindi lang po magaling na player. Of course, medyo nasa kaduluduluhan na ng kanyang karir nung nakuha si Marcus Douthit. And I have to give credit, it was Frankie Lim who discovered Marcus Douthit. And we have to give credit to Frankie also for really finding him. But also, alam niyo po yung kabutihan loob. I remember he brought his family here. I remember how he treated lahat po ng mga kasama niya sa Gilas Pilipinas. Hindi lang po mga player, pati po ang mga ball Alright mga kaibigan, konting paumanhin ha, kasi alam nyo, ganyan talaga pag live show na talagang technically aided, talagang marami pong pwedeng mangyari. Again, gusto ko po magpasalamat sa lahat po ng mga umaagapay sa Power and Play with Noli Iyala. Unahin ko po ang Big Boss Cement ni Engineer Gilbert Cruz at ang kanyang buong staff. Maraming salamat po sa Big Boss Cement. Maraming din po salamat sa Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum ni Mr. Elmer Ngo. Thank you pare. And of course, Elms Kapihan and Bar, dyan po sa Commonwealth Avenue, sa Commonwealth area, dyan po sa Brixton Street at sa Poblacion. For delivery and pickup, meron na po ang Elms Kapihan and Bar, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Yun po ang delivery and pickup. May mga numbers po sila. Just go to their IG page para po makita nyo lahat ng detalye. Elms Kapihan and Bar, napakasarap po ng kanilang mga pagkain. Marami din po salamat sa Joyride, ang bago nyong kasundo. Our Joyride Kasundo bikers are now ready to serve you through delivery or Joyride Pabili. Stay home and just download the updated Joyride app. Joyride, ang bago nyo pong kasundo. Marami din po salamat sa Skin Clinic, the Anti-Aging Center ni Dr. G. Sarmiento at ni Doc Richie Sarmiento. www.skin.clinic. Yan po ang puntahan ninyo, ang Skin, Face and Body Anti-Aging Center. Maraming salamat sa Makalaj Professional School of Artistry, ang ating official hair and makeup. And of course, marami po salamat sa Radyo 5, 92.3 at of course sa TV5 Network. Alright mga kaibigan, tuloy-tuloy po ang ating huntahan ngayong umagang ito. And now, in our second hour, we are just about ready to bring in well, ito po siguro magiging talagang katuwa-tuwa. I haven't seen all of these guys together in a very long time. And mukhang kung kailan pa nagkaroon ng quarantine saka kami magkikita-kita. Alam niyo po, ang aking career being a broadcaster ay napakadami ang naging influence. But ito po mga magiging panauhin ko, ang talagang mga naging idolo, naging mentor at mga naging kasama ko sa pagbo-broadcast ever since I started back in 1990. And I'm talking about none other than the legends. Pag sinabi daw legend, ewan ko kung ibig sabihin nun matanda na, pero ang aking mga kasama sa broadcasting, and I'm taking advantage of all of them that they are now in lockdown. Welcome, gentlemen, Sev Sarmenta, Andy Jao, and Ed Picson. Magandang umaga sa inyo, guys.
Magandang umaga, Cobb. Magandang umaga,
Let's
Cobb.
get the... well, I can hear Ed. Sev, can you hear me?
Hi, morning.
I'll try to get Sev, but Dr. Jake, narinig ba?
Medyo choppy kasi na medyo choppy kasi sa akin.
Medyo choppy ba? It's choppy? Okay, let's try to fix that. But Dr. J, can you hear me?
Kanina,
Yeah, I can.
Pero
You're
walang
fine.
audio si Dr. J. I can see you nodding, pero mukhang wala pang audio. Kulang pa rin, Dr. J. But
Marcus
you know,
Douthit,
let me ask you for muna, Ed, no? Alam ko that you're a guy that's really, really very busy. Especially during this time, dapat busy ka. Dapat nasa paghahanda ka ng mga boksingero mo sa ABAP. But you know, of course, things happen. It is what it is. Kanina kausap namin si Eumir. Do you think this break is good not only for our athletes, for your boxers, but for you as well?
Sorry, sabi ko nga medyo choppy, pero if I got your question correctly, tinatanong mo kung yung do our boxers good, ganun ba yan?
That's right. And hindi, kung nakakapahinga ka rin, if it's good for you, Ed.
Ay, nakita mo naman. Medyo lumalaki tayo. Ganun talaga, no ha? Well, boxers are concerned, medyo nabitin yan, sigurado, no? Dahil nga sa sila araw-araw, nagtitraining, nagpapawis, nagsasari, and now they can't do of those things. We've been monitoring regularly. They're going about some drills and exercises, no? Sa mga bahay at paligid. So, syempre, iba. But on the the other hand, yung ibang may mga injury, magandang pagkatao for these things to heal. So, may pros and cons, parang Noli.
Well, alam natin na it will be very difficult, to get back our routine. Pero ika nga, we just have to make do with what we have. Dr. J, ikaw, you're a big sports fan. I know that you watch so many sports and you love doing sports. You love sports like all of us. How are you coping dito sa quarantine natin, not having any sports to cover or to watch, Dr. J?
Oh, can you hear me now, Com? Can you hear
Can
me
we
now,
get the
Com?
audio up, Doc? Baka merong yung audio natin, hindi natin marinig. Ed, can you hear Dr. J?
Yes, I can hear him, pero pareho siya. Parang Andy, kumusta ka?
Yan, kumpare ko yan. Tsaka si paring Sev. Kaya parang hinahanap ko eh.
Hindi ko masyado marinig si Dr. J.
Narinig
Narinig ba? Narinig ba?
They can't
medyo
hear
lang,
me.
medyo
Sakit.
No, ikaw na lang mag-interview muna, Ed.
Para di mo nag-call a friend dyan.
Kasi hindi ko masyado marinig si Dr. J. Andy Jao, mga kaibigan.
Buti
Ayan, si Ed muna ang ating... Alam mo, Ed, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, and again, before I go to our times as broadcaster, but before I go to that, we now are seeing a new normal. May bago na tayo nakikita, all of these restrictions, social distancing. But like I've always said, ang sports at saka social distancing, hindi pwede magkasama yan eh. Kasi ang sports and social distancing do not come together. Ngayon, how do you see sports in the future? How do you see sports moving forward, lalong-lalo na in a spectator sport like boxing?
Mahirap unawain parang Noli, paano gagawin ng mga kinauukulan yung pamanga, yung mga dapat na gawing mga pag-iingat in so as our health is concerned. Ang lahat ngayon, sa tingin ko, nakitin ng Noli eh. Dahil sabi nga ng mga medical experts mo, di ba? They don't know this thing. Pinag-aaralan pa lang nila eh. So hindi pa rin alam kung gaano ang magiging epekto nito, hindi lang sports, kung sa mga buhay natin. May mga nagsasabi nga, after this, bawal na mag-handshake, bawal na magkamay, bawal na yung beso-beso, hindi ba? Kung tayo, parang yung mga oriental neighbors natin, puro bawal na lang. Pero pagdating sa sports, paano gawin natin? Wala nanonood, wala nang live audience, papaboxing.
Oo.
Shadow boxing na lang, gano'n. Kasi hindi ka dedicated. So, do you have to change the rules?
Yeah.
So yun, parang Noli, mahirap.
Well, I know it will be very difficult for sports to cope.
Every depends on how.
Oo.
Sorry.
I know it will be very difficult for sports to cope after this, pero again, pag-uusapan natin yan. I'm sure marami tayong tatalakayin. Before we continue, Ed, pasok ko lang si Quinito. I think Quinito Henson is already on the line.
Wag na.
Quinito, ayaw na ni Ed eh.
He's my telephone partner. Ed, kamusta na?
Kayo ba ang magka-party line?
Andy.
Ako, ayan na. Ayoko na. Ayoko na.
Quinito, it's good to have you. It's good to see you. Alam mo, I still see you writing. I still read all the columns that you're bringing out. But I'm sure it's more challenging ngayon na walang games to actually cover.
Yun ang mahirap because wala tayong mga live events to be able to cover. So I missed that because of the broadcasting end. But as far as writing is concerned, now you have all the time in the world to write. You have all the time in the world to make calls and interview. Kagaya ni Ed Picson, madalas kong makausap, oras-oras ang ginagamit namin to be able to keep ourselves updated.
Unfortunately,
But but it's fun. I mean, yesterday I participated in a webinar with Coach Ariel Vanguardia, and we had 4 coaching guests, including Bill Bano and Will Voigt, who we all know is applying for the Gilas job. So that took me from 6 o'clock till 2 in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was a marathon session, but it was one after the other. But yesterday I also got to speak with Ives Tigdadice, and you'll be reading about what's keeping him busy these days in a couple of days, Philippine Star. So I've been keeping in touch with coaches, with players, just so that we're all updated.
Alam mo, akala ko lalabas ka na meron kang palpas.
unang tanong mo pa lang yan, 10 minutes. Tama, parang yun. Tama, no, okay. Before I go back to you guys, pasok muna natin si Andy Jao. Let's see if we can already get an audio from Andy. Dr. J?
Kamusta ka, Com? Can you hear me, Com?
Ayun! Nakuha na rin natin. Dr. J,
Okay.
nice to have you, partner. Very
Thank
good to
you.
see you. As always, sabi ko nga kanina, I know you're one of the biggest sports fans, just like everyone here on this page right now. Pero how are you coping with the quarantine na wala tayong mapanood, wala kang makover, you know? How are you doing there, Dr. J?
Yung walang makover, malaking problema talaga sa akin yun. You know, because you cannot flex what you want to do, you want to say and everything. Pero yung napapanood,
Can you speak a little louder, closer to the mic?
Yeah, nakakapanood naman ako sa Rush, you know. Eh, lahat ng mga games na ginagawa nung panahon na 1980s and everything. But I'm glad to be able to see. Oh, you can't hear me, huh?
Can you hear him, Quinito?
Yeah, I can hear Andy.
Yeah.
Oo, ako hindi ko masyado marinig. Kanina narinig ko eh.
Partner Quinito.
Medyo
may trabaho na
nawawala
naman kami niyan.
You know, let me just move a little bit forward kasi I cannot get Dr. J. But kanina narinig ko na Dr. J, no? I want to ask Quinito, Ed, Dr. J, moving forward in sports, alam natin this has happened. How do you see sports in the future? With all of these social distancing rules, ngayon nakita natin, na-cancel na itong Olympics or at least na-reschedule. How do you see sports moving forward? As Quinito, I was asking Ed kanina, social distancing and sports do not come together.
Well, ako na ba?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
Dr. J, relax ka lang.
Good, Quinito, I'm listening.
I can't say, and nobody can say how sports is going to be like a few months from now. There's talk that in the US and Europe, for boxing at least, which of course is a highly contact sport, and there's no means that you will have social distance there. They're saying that they will reopen boxing, but to a limited audience. But I don't think that's the issue. It's not the audience. Of course, that is an issue because you don't want big crowds to congregate to watch a sporting event. But when you have boxers inside the ring, pummeling each other, obviously not observing any sort of social distance protocol, it's going to be a problem. And I can't see how this can be solved unless and until we get the vaccine, until we get clearance from government that everything will be okay and business as usual. But it's very difficult to imagine.
Alam mo, nakikita natin, for instance now, na Dr. J, ang NBA, they have decided to play NBA 2K, you know, video games for basketball players. They even did yung horse, yung shoot back, parang gayahan, di ba? HORSE. And now the NBA, WNBA had their draft. Golf will have what they call the match. It's all made for TV. Is this the new normal, Dr. J, na makikita natin for broadcasters like us as well?
Hopefully not, because certainly iba yung parang gana ng players, even the guys that are playing the sport. Pag meron nanonood sa kanila, may nag-cheer sa kanila. Can you imagine a golf tournament na hindi ka sinisigawan when you make a big shot or a good putt or whatever. The same for basketball. Pero mas mahirap talaga sa basketball dahil yung 5-on-5 nasa loob ng court yun, nagbabanggaan yun. Wala nang give me 5 ngayon, partner. Pag nakashoot ka na mahirap.
Well, I didn't get marami doon sa sinabi ni Dr. J, but obviously we'll have to bear with the new normal just as we're bearing with the broadcast. And Ed, clearly may pinag-uusapan dito mga options in terms of sports, closed door. Meron sila sinasabing cloistered tournaments where you put all the athletes together. Hindi na wala nang labasan. Do you see this as possibilities, even for instance for your sport?
Well, hindi ko masyadong question kasi you were breaking ito. Trying to piece together kung ano yung sinabi mo, kung paano ng activity boxing, no?
Yeah.
With this kind of situation. Like I said earlier, kailangan siguro muna natin malaman kung mga parameters sa boxing, si NEF na pagpawang boksingero with 6 feet apart, sabi ko nga, shadowing na nangyayari dyan. That's going to be a very big challenge, and so we need to find out first when the situation is medyo maayos na, kung ano talaga yung mga regulasyon o yung mga patakaran na kailangan sundin ng lahat, and then leaders in the sport will develop some sort of a formula kung paano gagawin na hindi masyadong maging delikado yung laro ng
Let's go to the PBA, Quinito, for instance. Alam natin magkakaroon ng meeting ng PBA on April 30. They will be discussing the situation. Now that na-extend, Dr. J and Quinito and Andy, yung ating lockdown, yung ating quarantine for another 15 days, we don't see this starting out not in the next month. What do you think are the options na pwedeng gawin, Quinito, ng PBA at this point?
Again, very, very difficult to say, because we don't know what the situation is going to be like. We don't want to put anyone at risk. I think that's the primary thing that's in the back of the minds of the PBA commissioner, Eumir Marcial, and I always have been talking with him, as well as the PBA Board of Governors. They're saying that if things normalize a little bit and the risk becomes very, very low, they may be able to restart the competition after about a month, leading to the reopening, maybe by September, maybe October, in which case they'll probably play only one conference instead of 3. If they can squeeze in another conference, they will try. But everything is up in the air. In the NBA, meron ako nabasa na someone suggested that the playoffs will continue, or not will continue, but will begin using 2 bases. For the Western Conference teams, they will congregate in Las Vegas. So only one area. And then for the Eastern Conference teams, they will congregate in Florida. But then someone was saying, once you have an instance where someone will test positive, whether a player or whether team officials, biglang-bigla, everything will shut down. So
That's right.
It's too big a risk. I mean, why are you going to spend millions and millions to get all these teams together, assuming you're able to find out which teams will be in the playoffs, and then get them to play each other one after the other? They're saying in Las Vegas, marami naman mga venues. In Florida, marami din mga venues around Orlando. But, all it takes is just one person to test positive, and all of a sudden, the whole thing goes haywire. The problem with this crisis is that people could be walking around making some kind of contact with others who are asymptomatic but are carriers. So it's a very, very dangerous virus, and I don't think we can take any chances because people's lives are at stake here. And while we all want sporting events to resume, we can't take any chances. Players' lives, coaches' lives, stable officials' lives, referees' lives. I think everything is at stake, so we have to keep that in mind.
Maiba lang ako kasi alam mo kaya ako kayo naimbita and I guess a lot of people want to know also how you guys have been or as broadcasters kaya ako rin sabi nga ni paring Ed sa akin kahapon nung nag-usap kami pare matanda na ako diyan nakalimutan ko na yan pero a lot of people are also very interested and I want to shift now Quinito, Andy and Ed. I think Sev is on the line also. I don't know if we can bring him in but people would like to know did you ever audition? Ako kasi, nag-audition ako for Vintage. But did you guys, I know that you started when Vintage came up, guys, and kayo na kaagad na napapanood ko eh. Did you have an audition during that time, Andy?
Yeah. Can you hear me now, Com?
Oh, you did. So how did the audition go? Were you chosen from a panel? Ganun ba?
No. Actually, I applied. Because at the time, in 1982, that was the first time they got their franchise. So they were looking for new talents, to fill out the void that was left from the previous franchisee. And there were a couple of us who went to a trial. And it was not easy, I believe. Joe Cantada was already chosen to be one of them, although he's the only guy who was not going to be auditioned. So, medyo mahirap yun. It was in the old, sa Buendia Street yun, sa old Grepa Life building.
Okay. Now that's quite an interesting. We're trying to get Sev to join us. Medyo nawawala ng konti si Andy when I was trying to get him. Ed, can you hear me? Parang Ed. Medyo nagka-problema rin yata sa linya si parang Ed. Kuya Seb, are you there? Ito po yung litrato namin nung araw na napakarami. When we all started, back in the heyday of Vintage Enterprises, of course, and ang dami na pong dumaan, kung batang-bata pa. Let me go back to you, Andy. I'm trying to get what you're trying to say a little bit. But in your case, did you ever pattern your style from somebody else nung ikaw nagsimula as a broadcaster?
No. I think what they wanted to see was...
I'm trying to get your audio.
Can you hear me now?
But I'm seeing na naririnig ka sa labas, Andy. So go ahead, please.
What was important there was, since they were trying to do something fresh, they wanted you to do what you knew about the game, what you knew about broadcasting. Of course, I've never been a broadcaster, but I did know about the game. So I was comfortable. It was sort of natural for me to be working when we were simulating the games, and I was trying to talk, to analyze the games. No?
Sev, can you hear me? Wala pa rin si Sev. Quinito, I was asking Andy about how he started his auditions, and did you ever pattern your style? Did you ever pattern your style from somebody? And did you even have to go through an audition, Quinito?
No, I don't think I ever had an audition. What happened was Mr. Bobong Velez and I go back a long way, and he actually asked me if I could help out with the commentating panel, but as a consultant, not as an on-cam talent. So in the early years of Vintage, I was meeting frequently with the broadcasters, and we would just discuss how the coverage could be better. And that was my role at the start, until it came to a point when the other broadcasters were saying, ano ka ba, Quinito? Dami mong sinasabi dito. Ikaw nga dyan sa behind the microphone. Tingnan natin kung kaya mo. So, I said, okay, I'll do it. I think I was doing just weekend games at that time because I was working in a bank, so it was very difficult for me to get off during weekdays. But one thing led to another, and then when I resigned from the bank to join another organization in 1985, it allowed me to have a little more free time. and that got me behind the mic on a regular basis. But it's always been fun working with guys like Sev and Dr. J and all the rest of the guys. And Ed Picson, so many people keep on saying, when will we hear and see Ed Picson back again doing PBA games? And I think the clamor is resounding. And we're hoping that someday soon, Ed Picson will be back with us.
In terms of Andy, in terms of yung partners, kasi alam naman natin nung araw tayo, pinagpapare-parehas tayo, no? Who do you think suited your style the best? Na very compatible kayo in terms of your broadcast partner, Andy?
Well, if you talk about the first years, obviously it was with paring Joe Cantada because he had a very big voice and I didn't have a big voice, no, a stentorian voice. And he was very, what you would say, I felt I respected him a lot because he was a veteran sportscaster. And I thought that he gave me a lot of chances to get into the game very well. No, so I respect him a lot. But as I've said in the previous interview, I've worked with the best. I'm still working with some of the best. And that includes you, partner, because you were one of my, also my partners as an anchorman. No? Even Quinito, actually.
Alam mo, Quinito, you are very fond of giving nicknames and monikers. You know, you've given a lot to a lot of PBA players, and in your case, you got the moniker. You've now really known very widely as the Dean. Sino naman nagbigay sa iyo ng moniker na the Dean, and how do you come up with all of these monikers?
Ako, the Dean. It goes back to Randy Sakdalan. And I remember we were doing a coverage once, and at that time, and I think he's still known as the Professor because he was actually a member of the faculty of College of St. Benilde. And so because of that background, we would call him the Professor. And I recall that before a coverage, sabi niya sa akin, sandali, Quinito, mas senior ka sa akin eh. Kung ako the Professor, dapat ikaw the Dean. Ganun ba yun? Sabi ko, oo, kasi alanganan naman, tatawagin mo akong professor, mas senior ka sa akin. So dapat siguro ang tawag ko sa iyo, Dadin. O sige, kung gusto mo, Dadin. It stuck. It stuck. I never gave that nickname to myself. I don't take credit for it. But it's Randy who got it started. And before long, players started to call me. Si Junmar, pag nag-uusap kami sa telepono o kaya, wherever, ang tawag sa akin, hindi Quinito eh. Dean ang tawag sa akin eh. So, and as well as many other players, no? Gabe Norwood, guys whom I would see in international coverages. Yeah, I guess it's easy. For the foreigners and for the Philams, I guess it's easier to say Dean than Quinito. So maybe that's also the reason why it stuck.
Alam ko si Dr. J, Joe Cantada had a very big part in calling you Dr. J.
Yeah, he did. Definitely, because it felt like it was appropriate with my family name beginning with J. And then the fact that I analyzed and it was surgical. Actually, I still have a lot of newspaper clippings of all the writers of that time. We had a lot of sports magazines and everything. Marami akong clippings yan about the Dr. J and everything. So it was appropriate.
Alam nyo, lately, the biggest news that has come out, at least now that we're all in quarantine, is the release of the epic The Last Dance on Netflix with, reliving the glory days of the Chicago Bulls and, of course, one of the greatest players of all time, Michael Jordan. Quinito, you've written about how you and Andy had covered the finals of Utah and Chicago back then. What are your fondest memories of the Chicago Bulls Last Dance and you and Andy together doing those coverages?
Super memorable, but I'm not on the screen. It's somebody else on the screen. But super memorable. Comnoli and Dr. J, I will never forget, and I would always say that those 2 years that we had covering Chicago versus Utah in the 1997 and 1998 NBA Finals were truly unforgettable. And we owe it to Mr. Velez for giving us the opportunity to do those games, and in particular, The Last Dance. So now that we're seeing The Last Dance, this docu-series, it brings back a lot of memories. In fact, the other day, I was up in our attic sa bahay since wala naman tayo masyadong nagagawa lately. I just went through my old writings, my old files back from 1997 and 1998, looking at all those pictures, and brought back a lot of memories because those were the days, especially kami ni Andy, we were making halongkat kung ano yung nangyayari sa NBA behind the scenes. Kasi sabi namin, nakakahiya sa audience natin kung hindi tayo will come out with information that is value added if we didn't have better analysis. And mind you, my role was very different. I was the anchor at that time, and Andy was the analyst. But we enjoyed it so much so that in 2017, in Game 7 of the Governors Cup Finals ng PBA, I thought it was a magical move that the TV5 brought Andy and I back together again. Along with Sev Sarmenta, we had a 3-man panel to do the Game 7 of that series between Ginebra and Meralco, and that was before 54,086 fans, and that was another unforgettable moment in my life.
Andy, I'm sure you also remember the Chicago Bulls days, your coverage then with Quinito, and of course, lahat ng mga nadaanan ninyo doon. Just tell us a little bit about it and what you remember most about Michael Jordan.
Well, first of all, it was really fun because it was the first time Filipino people, sportscaster, did the game live, no? And we were very privileged, Quinito and I. And we wanted to make sure that hindi mapapaya ang Pilipinas. Michael was such a big player in the whole universe, so that a lot of the foreign countries were going there. We had a lot of foreign commentators there, very groups of almost all of Europe, China, Japan, almost every country that was big in basketball was represented. And in all honesty naman, kami ni Quinito, we're proud of it. The NBA people really thought that we did a very good job for the Philippines during our time. And we were very, very ecstatic about that. Especially yung sa aming mga 2-minute namin, we were always very precise and perfect timing namin doon.
Kayo ang mga sinusundan hanggang ngayon sa PBA. And of course, now we have mga bagong breed na mga sportscasters, Magu, Chuck, and everyone else coming up in the PBA. But if you look at the future, guys, sayang, si Sev at si Ed, medyo bumaksak na yung signal at kami po nagpapasalamat sa kanila. But Quinito and Andy, if you look at the future, if you look at some players, who do you think would be good sportscasters in the future? When all of us are gone and, there's a new breed, who do you think will be good sportscasters in the next coming years ng PBA? Quinito, I'll start with you.
I think Dr. J and Ed Picson will be there forever. So
and you,
so we can't take them out of the equation. I think over the long haul, the veteran broadcasters will still have a place. But as far as the future is concerned, ang dahil magagaling. The level of knowledge of a lot of our fans, a lot of our millennial fans, is amazing. And I think it's just a matter of being confident behind the microphone and also being articulate. And now, of course, everybody has an opinion, so everyone's very articulate. If we can translate how good we are at texting and at sending messages on social media to be able to voice out all these things that you have in mind in texting and in social media, I think we've got a wide open landscape as to who the next broadcasters can be. Among the players, there are many who are very, very articulate. I think Gabe Norwood is a very articulate person. Alex Cabagnot. Many of our players now are starting to become assistant coaches, first with the college team, and that is a stepping stone to become coaches. L.A. Tenorio is also someone who's very articulate. Pag nakakausap natin yan sa telepono or in face-to-face conversations, you can sense that number one, that their knowledge is superb. So no problem na yun. So secondly is, are they able to communicate? Will they be articulate? Will they be confident behind the mic? Will they be free to express their opinion uninhibited? I think all of these qualities and factors come into play, and andain yan, andain. I don't think we'll ever be in a
Run out.
position where we will think, oh, kulang tayo sa mga broadcasters. Sobrang madami ang pwede natin pagpilian. But as I said, no, iba yung Dr. J, iba yung Ed Picson, iba yung Sev Sarmenta, and those guys, they're going to be in there for as long as they want to be.
Well, Andy, you've seen all the changes that has happened in broadcasting. How do you see, now that this new normal is here, ganito ba ang magiging broadcasting natin ng mga PBA games? Or watching the games on TV and just doing it? What do you see in terms of the future ng sportscasting?
Well, hopefully it's not going to be like this forever, a couple of months, and maybe, nandiyan naman tayo, we're a Catholic country, and I'm sure God will prevail here in the long run, no? Tutulungan tayo niyan. I think we should get back to what we were before. We don't want to be like a Bin Scully, who probably was an announcer in baseball for such a long time. No?
Before I let you go, and we're running out of time, sayang at nawala sila Sev at si Ed. But, ano ang nami-miss nyo the most? Now that we've been in lockdown for almost 7 weeks now, what do you miss the most? Outside of sports, Quinito and Andy, what do you miss most? Unahin ko muna si Andy.
Well, probably just going out, going out to eat sometimes. I like to have merienda, and I like to pick the places that I want to eat, iba-iba bawat araw. Those are the things that you miss. And then looking at people, listening to other people talk. Sometimes you hear all the talk about the basketball in the background. You hear people asking, kailan ba mag-uumpisa ulit ang basketball, so on and so forth. And you miss that,
Quinito?
Ako, I miss the interaction with the fans, with the players, with the coaches. Wala na akong locker room ng mapupuntahan. I really miss that. But, I'm a senior citizen, so I'm not allowed to even walk out of our house. So I've just been contained here at home. But I'm lucky that my daughter, her husband, and my 2 grandsons are just beside us. We're next door neighbors, and we have a connecting garden. So, we're able to see each other and keep ourselves occupied. But I really miss it. I was also looking forward to LaSalle playing more games in the D-League. This is the first year that LaSalle has entered the PBA D-League, and we were very excited. We played 2 games. We won them both. They were hard struggles, but we're basically a new team with a new coach, Derek Pumaran. I was really looking forward to Marinero playing LaSalle. That would have been our next game. So the action, the interaction with the fans and the players and the coaches, seeing the games live in the flesh, I really miss it. It's not so much anymore the broadcasting. It's what I really miss is the action, to see outstanding athletes display their ways. I mean, it breaks my heart to imagine that so many athletes at their peak are not able to display their wares in the field of competition. And I also feel for many of our boxers. Ang hirap nito because you can't really train as much as you want to, whether you're a basketball player or an athlete. Si EJ Obiena, who was our Olympic qualifier in pole vault, he's in Italy. I mean, all alone. He can't come home, although he has decided that he will just stay in Italy and train there. But mahirap itong crisis natin. And I fully agree with Dr. J. God will prevail. I think it's important that we have faith in the Lord. We follow the government protocols so that we're all healthy and protected. I miss the action, but the number one priority is people's lives. And let's do our share to help those who are in need.
Well, Quinito, I'm sure everyone misses you as well. And we certainly hope that this will end very soon. Hopefully. Of course, wala nakakalam yan. But we hope that the action will be back one day. Maraming salamat, Quinito. I'd like also to thank Andy Jao. I'd like to thank Sev Sarmenta and Ed Picson on this segment of the show. Maraming salamat for sharing with the viewers your thoughts. Maraming salamat. Alright mga kaibigan, dyan po nagtatapos ang isa na namang edition ng Power and Play. Bago ako magtapos, gusto ko pong batiin ng isang belated happy birthday ang aking one and only, si Irene. Happy birthday. And sa lahat po sa inyo, sana po'y mag-ingit kayo. Lagi po niyong tandaan, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Happy sports weekend, mga kapatid.